Welcome to the land of the run-and-shoot offense. The Astrodome in Houston, Texas, where the Gamblers tonight, led by Jim Kelly, take on the San Antonio Gunslingers.
And the quick thing, as we said in the opening, Jim, the one thing that's amazing about it is that Kelly it's almost 9 yards, 8.9 yards per attempt, and that's incredible.
Ulmer and Bonner are deep, but Dale Walters, the punter, will kick off because Tony Fritsch has not been getting good distance. And the receiving team has been getting outstanding field position. Well, Walters kicks off. That's not bad. And that's Bonner back at the 8-yard line. And Marcus Bonner has got good speed and gets him out to about the 30-yard line. Rick Neuheisel coming out. He who set the Rose Bowl record of 10 straight completions last New Year's Day from UCLA, a rookie. Number 7, Marcus Bonner, who returned the kick, 21. Mike Hagan, 34, your running backs. Your wide receivers, Jerry Gordon, number 22, our men and MVP last Monday night. And Danny Buggs, 88. Joey Hackett, the tight end, 81. Spivey and Williams, the tackles. Garza and Thompson, the guards. And Bill Winters at center. First down from the 30-yard line. Neuheisel, the fake to Hagan, and he puts it up and has his receiver and thrown back is number 22, Jerry Gordon, who caught all those passes last week. And that is almost a first down. Lloyd Lewis takes over for Cleveland Crosby tonight at left defensive end. Crosby serving out a one-game suspension for leg whipping Rozier up in Pittsburgh some weeks back. Tony Fitzpatrick, 62. Hosea Taylor, 93. Pete Caton, 77. The front four. I'll give you the linebackers and deep men in a moment. Second down and short. Hagan, and Hagan's got the first down and a lot more. Hagan is still on the way and inside the 40-yard line. Now the linebackers, Mike Hawkins, 57, Kiki Diallo, 31, Andy Hawkins, 59. A flag is down. Mike Mitchell, 35, who made that tackle. Will Lewis, 24 at the corners. Galvin Eason, 34, one safety at strong side. Tommy Myers, 37, the weak side. Face mask called, and Earl Shorgan, our referee, tells that, so they'll tack a penalty onto the long run by Hagan.
Jim, watch how quick Hagan hits us on that hill. Get the handoff from Neuheisel and cut right back in. Will Lewis, number 24, is going to miss a tackle, just throwing his body, and you can't do that. You can't throw your body. There's Will Lewis coming back downfield to try to help. Excuse me, that was Calvin Eason that threw his body.
First down, ball inside the 33-yard line. Hardy and staff, that is the longest run from scrimmage for Mike Hagan this year. 24 yards. His previous long was 19. Oh, the Gunslingers have been doing a lot right, haven't they? Buzz the man in motion, and now a flea flicker play. Neuheisel going deep. He's got a man wide open and overthrows his man in the end zone, Danny Buzz. Neuheisel had his man wide open and just threw too long.
Jim, Danny Buggs tripped just a little bit, but there was absolutely no one around him. The flea flicker worked so well that Buggs ran by the cornerback, who was Mike Mitchell, but it kind of looked like Mitchell was playing short. Calvin Eason was supposed to be long, number 34, and Eason didn't get back.
On his second down and 10. Gil Stanky, head coach of San Antonio, said maybe someday this will be a rivalry. I don't think it is now. Just the first year of the league. There goes Bonner. Marcus turns it inside, is still on his feet, and Bonner does a good job. Gets inside the 30, down near the 25-yard line. Before the tackle was made over there by Mike Mitchell, number 35, the cornerback on the play. Remember the last time we had these two teams in San Antonio? Do you remember, those of you viewing? The lights went out for about 48 minutes. The lights went out.
And the lights went out on San Antonio also. The score was 35-0 at one point. There were 6 minutes left to go in the game, and it took Houston over 40 minutes to play it, and they had the football. They didn't have their running game in at the time.
Don Roberts checks in. Neuheisel across the middle and has his tight end. That is Joey Hackett, and Hackett's got the first down inside the 15-yard line. And the Gunslingers got a good return back to the 30 and have been marching ever since.
The Gunslingers and Neuheisel read the blitz. The blitz is coming up, and you're going to see Hackett. When he goes across the middle, look, there's absolutely no one there. He almost drops the football. Calvin Eason, number 34, trying to make the tackle, did not wrap his arms around, and Hackett moves the ball inside the 11.
Gamblers are having it taken to them here in the early going. Ball just outside the 10, first down. Here's Bonner coming this way. Bonner gets inside the 5 and down to about the 2. Wrestled down there by Calvin Eaton, the strong safety, and Tommy Myers, the free safety.
The second time Bonner, he ran right one time and ran left the second time. And what's happening, Jim, are the outside linebackers, Andy Hawkins and Mike Hawkins, are both getting caught to the inside. Watch, the linebackers are nowhere to be found. And when you have the safeties and corners that are making the tackles, the linebackers are getting blocked. They have to contain outside.
And you saw Lloyd Lewis, another man in on the tackle. He's a defensive end on the other side from the play. Second down, about a yard for the first down. More than that for the touchdown. Hagan carries the ball. Hagan is driven back. And you can see then that was, I believe, Ricky Young, 58. Or Andy Hawkins, 59. Will sort them out for you. It was Ricky Young, 58, who drove him back.
Well, if it is, take a look at number 58 coming to your screen. Here goes Hagan to try to go to the top. Watch Ricky Young. He hits him and drives his legs back almost to the 2-yard line, Jim. The ball is at the 1. They were going for the touchdown, obviously. They have a chance to pick up the first down. But Ricky Young not only hit Hagan in the air, but kept his legs moving and drove him back to the 2.
Does not have the first down. It is third down and that much. Houston tonight trying to become the winningest team in the Western Conference. If they win tonight, they would be 12-5-0. Stanky and company trying to become a team to upset Houston. And, of course, the Gamblers have won their last 4 in a row. Third down and inches to go for the first down. Early on, no score. 3.5 minutes have gone by.
They moved the ball up, put Houston offside.
And into the end zone goes Hagan, and that's a touchdown. That's quite a drive of 70 yards.
Mike Hagan at the top. There's Ricky Young, number 58. He's trying to anticipate, but he gets blocked at the line of scrimmage. Hagan goes right up over the top, touchdown. It's interesting watching how they move the ball. Watch when they move the ball. Watch, the whole defense will be offside. They just moved the ball up a half a yard. They're still offside.
And Hagan gets into the end zone with his first touchdown of the year. Nick Mickemeyer comes in to add the extra point. Hagan scores his first touchdown of the year. What a spot to do it. And the Gunslingers, prohibited underdogs to the Gamblers of Houston, have scored first. 11:19 to go. We're in the first quarter of the Astrodome. And Stanky's group is on top 7-0 and leads 7-0. And now, as you can see, the deep man back there is number 89, Clarence Verdun, in the middle, as Mickemeyer will kick off for the Gunslingers. And now the question becomes, how much defense and how well the defense of San Antonio will play tonight. No one's been able to contain them. Will be taken by a man over on this side. That is Corville. Corville's going to come around the other way, and he's still in trouble. And down he goes inside the 20-yard line. And now for the first time, we have the offense out. Jim Kelly, number 12. You'll hear us talk a lot about him. Slot backs, Richard Johnson, 22, Ricky Sanders, 80. Running back, Todd Fowler, 46, very near the 1,000-yard mark, even though he didn't start too well into the season. Wide receivers, Gerald McNeil, 13, and Greg Moser, 85. For those of you who have not watched Houston before, no tight ends, only one running back. Ernie Rogers and Denver Johnson, the tackles. Scott Boucher and Billy Kidd, the guards, and Frank Khalil at center. First down from just inside the 20-yard line. Everybody will be running everywhere. There goes Sanders. And Kelly's going to throw on first down. Kelly has the ball out and cut down right at the 20-yard line is Sanders. Cut down by number 28, Jim Bob Morris, who had a great week last week with 3 sacks and 1 interception. Defensively for San Antonio, across the front 4, Mike Sinclair, 78, Paul Hanna, 65, Tommy Tabor, 77, Terry Monroe can play tonight in that spot, Ken Gillen, 76. The linebackers, Rich Zamika, 51, and Putt Choate, 55. And your defensive backs, John Bearfield, 58, Jim Bob Morris, who made the tackle, 28, Rock Richmond, 29, Peter Rayford, 20, And Larry James, 24. Yeah, a lot of defensive backs.
6 of them.
Second down and 9 to go. Kelly swings it out here. And this is Johnson. And Johnson is very close to the first down, stepping out of bounds as he gets to the 30-yard line. John Bearfield there to make sure that he went out of bounds. It'll be third down and a yard to go. 10 minutes left, first quarter in the Astrodome at 7-0 San Antonio. We will be back here next Monday night when Memphis comes to town. And between now and then, as you look at the scoring drive, we'll see that all-important game on Saturday night between Los Angeles and Arizona from Tempe.
Third and short is not necessarily a running down for Houston.
However, here it is. Fowler's got the first down. Fowler creeps closer to the 1,000-yard mark. Big, strong rookie out of Stephen F. Austin. And by the way, the supplemental draft, Dallas Cowboys picked this man #1.
All right, Fowler needs 84 yards to get over the 1,000, but just take a look at there's excellent blocking up front. Voucher number 60, the left guard, gets a good block, and all you've got to do is give Fowler that small crack in the line, and he's gone. You've got to cover so many people, and you can only really put one guy. The linebackers are responsible for the fullback.
This is Johnson in motion. And Kelly getting the ball out to Johnson. They're playing well open. And Johnson gets about 5 or 6 yards. Johnson started his motion and peeled backward, not toward the line of scrimmage. So the cornerback was well off him. By the time he caught the ball and turned it upfield, he got 6 yards.
We've got to keep an eye on Johnson because Johnson supposedly has a slight hamstring pull. And that gives him now 105 receptions.
Can you imagine? I was saying about Ricky Sanders, 89 catches before tonight, 90 tonight. And he's trailing the leader on his own ball club by 15 balls.
But going into the game, he's only 6 yards behind him, so he makes do with what he gets.
That was Sanders in motion. And that ball is intercepted. And here comes number 29, Rock Richmond. Gunslingers are in good position here. Richmond with his second interception finally knocked out of bounds as Kelly is intercepted for the 22nd time this year. And believe me, Rock Richmond was the only one in the area. Well, incredible. Gunslingers lead by 7 and half. That's about as upset as you'll see him get. He'll be back. First down from inside the 22. Bonner with the football. Has one block and gets inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line.
All right, on this play, Kelly is actually going to throw the ball to Richard Johnson, who gets held up at the line of scrimmage. You'll see him just to the left of your screen. He gets bumped downfield by Jim Bob Morris. Of course, Rock Richmond picks up the ball, and Fowler's going to knock him out of bounds. But that ball was supposed to be thrown to a spot, and Johnson never got to that spot.
Rock Richmond did. Ball at the 17-yard line, second down and 5. Richmond's second interception. Touchdown, and Hagan barely gets inside the 15-yard line. That'll be third down and about 3. Jack Hardy's club down, heavily favored tonight. But you know they've been averaging nearly 35 points a game, so the gamblers will have their day, or the defense of the Gunslingers, ranked only 10th in the league, will have its best day of its franchise history.
You think they may remember that it was 35-0 and Houston still throwing the football?
Over the middle, he's got his man, and that's an easy touchdown to Don Roberts. And like Hagan before him, Roberts gets his first touchdown of the year.
Don Roberts is the fullback coming right straight down the field, and there's just no one to cover. You see him move right to the outside over Williams, the tackle. When he gets down near the goal line, just no one there. It's got to be a linebacker's man.
Well, there's been some changes in linebacking since Eric Scoggins is out tonight. Andy Hawkins is in. So they got the Hawkins brothers on the outside and Diallo in the middle. I don't mean to place blame on any one of those three, but they are having Hawkins play play the right side tonight. But Mickemeier's in, and look at here, folks. 7:08 to go. Heavily favored. The Gamblers, averaging nearly 35 points a game, setting all kinds of records, find that they're going to have to do it again. Because San Antonio's Gunslingers have broken on top. So far, Stanky is beating Pardee. Score 14-0. But very short kick this time. Very short kick taken by Verdun. And Verdun streaks down the sidelines and is bumped out of bounds. But out near the 46-yard line. Mickemeyer had to take him out of bounds.
Let's take a look at it now. Don Roberts, number 43, is going to come across the middle. All the linebackers, everybody's worried so much about Jerry Gordon on the outside, and none of the linebackers covered. Andy Hawkins is the closest man to him, number 59. So if you're going to put the blame on one guy, Jim, it would have to be Andy Hawkins.
But the ball on the 46-yard line as we come back live now, and now outstanding field position. 22-yard scoring drive after the interception by Rock Richmond in the last 15 yards went from Neuheisel to Don Roberts. Roberts and Hagen scoring their first touchdowns of the year. Look at this. Richard Johnson, Greg Moser, both on the same side. Now Johnson starts in motion, and they got a third receiver on this side. And so no wonder they're throwing to this side to Sanders, who steps out of bounds after picking up 8 yards to the 45-yard line of San Antonio. They had Johnson and Moser over there, and Sanders slotted there. 3 receivers to one side and a fourth to the other side.
And they run Moser and Johnson deep, and they just bring Sanders underneath, and that means that the safety's got to come all the way up to cover him, or a linebacker try to stay with him. Houston will not go out of their game plans, Jim. That short pass, remember, per attempt, almost 9 yards. Right there, they picked up 9 yards on first down.
And let me repeat what Paul said, per attempt. That doesn't mean per completion. Every time he cocks his arm and lets go of the ball, he averages 9 yards. Flags go down. One man jumped across from the defensive side, but he is now pointing, as they all do, at the offensive left tackle, saying he moved.
Start.
It'll be a false start against Houston.
Number 70, offense.
And that would be number 70, Robinson. Now, how about this? We were told that Tommy Robinson would not start tonight and had been put down on the developmental squad. We look out there, and Tommy Robinson is playing.
Let's get it. Get it.
2nd down and 7, and Jack Pardee needs something. But like you'll save the voice for later.
It's a long game. We're still in the first quarter.
6:50 to go, sure.
Wait a while.
There's Sanders in motion. Kelly gets the ball over there to Sanders, and Sanders is forced out of bounds across the way by number 42, Maurice Tyler. Safety. And that is shy of the first down, and it is going to be 3rd down and about 4. 14-0 San Antonio.
And just keep one thing in mind, folks, when you watch Houston, the Houston Gambler offense. It said at the beginning, you have to play perfect defense for 3 downs. We watched Kelly loosening up, and Jim Simpson pointed out down to me. Paul, the only ball that was dropped was someone in their hands, because he does not miss his receivers.
Oh, he's something. Coming out here, and that was slightly behind Johnson, and it's 4th down. And they're going to kick the ball away. Now Jim Kelly with those 40 touchdown passes and those 4,825 yards and those 9 300-yard games may yet have the same kind of statistics before this night is over, but not thus far in the first quarter. That is for sure. And you can see Mike Ulmer, the deep man. And Dale Walters will kick it away. Ulmer standing on his own 10. High kick. Ulmer should let it drop, and he does, and it will go into the end zone and will come out to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 20 when we come back. Jim Kelly has reason to be upset. Reiser goes long, and nobody's there but people in black, and Tommy Myers picks it off. Myers at midfield. The veteran from the New Orleans Saints is dragged down by Mike Hagan.
Jim, I'll tell you right now, there's an illegal chuck on that pass play, and that's by the defense of Houston, because they totally knocked off the receiver downfield. A Neuheisel play-action pass, and I think he was trying to throw the ball to Jerry Gordon. We don't see it there, But you can see Jerry Gordon is stopped about 10 yards back, and he was knocked off the ball.
Inside the 45-yard line, here comes Kelly and company. Myers has come up with his third interception. Kelly blitzes on, gets the ball away deep down the middle. There goes Johnson. And just like that, touchdown pass number 41 for Kelly. He breaks the all-time professional record. And Johnson, of course, has caught his 15th touchdown pass of the year. 45 yards. Oh, this gambler offense, crowd loves him and no wonder.
They want him to come out because he just did break the record.
Well, Paul, they plan to, after the extra point, they planned, Jerry Argovitz, the owner, to give him the game ball, or at least the ball he threw for that 41st touchdown pass.
I keep that ball in play.
Adds the extra point, and it's 14-7. There's Jim Kelly across the way.
He throws this to Richard Johnson. Jim Bob Morris is trying to cover Johnson. You can forget that. Look at Kelly looking off to his right, then he throws back to his left. And Kelly's reaction, look at Jim Bob Morris, how far he is away from Johnson. There's no way that he's going to keep up with him.
Now, history in the making, trivia for years to come. When you say who owns the most professional passes for touchdowns in all of professional football, NFL, USFL, CFL, it is Jim Kelly. And owner Jerry Argovitz is going to give him the ball as stopping the game for this moment. And we still have 5:51 to go in the first 10 of the season before they hit the playoffs. Homer's the man back at the 6-yard line. Homer's coming the other way. Great reversal of field. Tips the ball to the other arm away from the tackler. Does a good job. And the tackle is made by Tony Fritsch, or rather Walters, the man who kicked off.
You know what happened? The outside man on the kickoff team is Darrell Clark, number 40. And his job is no matter where the return man goes, Jim, no matter where he goes, right, middle, he stays to the outside for the last minute. And he didn't do that. Homer came back to the left side and picked up more yardage.
George Works, number 40, checks into the offensive backfield for San Antonio for the first time, along with Mike Hagan, 34. Ball's at the 33, first down. And there's Works right there. Works knocked down. Fine play by Kiki Diallo, the middle linebacker and the leading tackler. Works was cut by the Pittsburgh Maulers earlier this year. And it's second down and about 7.
There's Pete Caton now. They're trying to block Caton down. They're submarine, and Caton just gets out of it. He moves back to the outside, gets blocked again, and then Kiki Diallo comes in and makes the play. Caton's double teamed.
I was laughing because Hackett had him around the ankles in a tackle. 4:50 to go, first quarter. Second down.
There's a penalty on every play. The question is, do you call it?
Here's Works again. Works again, turns it upfield. Works, look out, down the sidelines, inside the 40, inside the 30, and he is knocked out of bounds by number 34, Calvin Eason. No flags are down, but a member of the San Antonio Gunslingers is down back at the 35-yard line.
George Works breaks to the outside. Now watch Kiki Diallo. He's going to get caught going inside instead of stringing the play to the outside. There's the block on Myers. Once that happens, Thompson, number 63, makes the block. Works, gets the ball in the other hand. He's got now move it over. All right. Here's the injured player for Houston. Watch Gordon. Coming to the inside, blocking on, is that Mike Mitchell, 35?
Yeah, I think
he's 25, Hollis Hall.
He's the man that's down. He's the man that's down. Everybody was grouped around him from the Gunslingers, but it was a gambler that was down, and Hall is up. But the most important thing, it is first down Gunslingers inside the 19. Where did all of this offense from San Antonio come from?
Well, we've got that time, I'll blame most of it on Kiki Diallo, number 31, the linebacker from the inside. Instead of stringing the play out, Jim, he tried to go up inside and catch Works from behind. Can't do that.
Well, I tell you, we all know that Houston is averaging about 35 points a game. Only twice this year in 16 games have San Antonio scored as many as 30 points. Kyra Borland picked up a fumble and rambled 38 yards with it to give Michigan the 7-0 lead over Oklahoma. Woody Woodenhofer guaranteed an Oklahoma win tonight. How about that? Michigan's got to win to stay in the playoff picture. Our score is 14-7.
21 points, Jim, and there's still 4:37 left to go in the first period. You're going to need a computer.
That's why I say you bring tabs and tablets of paper when you come to a gambler game, although we did not expect this much scoring this soon from San Antonio, to be quite honest. Ball is at the 19-yard line, first down. Look at that statistic. They are 6-10, and they lost 7 games by a touchdown or less. Don Roberts back in, offensive backfield. Roberts with the ball. They have found a home on that side of the line of scrimmage, throwing the ball and running the ball.
Jim, and Kiki Diallo does it again. He goes to the inside instead of to the outside. He's got to string it at the linebacker. He's got to force it. Watch the move he makes. He's coming down the line of scrimmage. Now, that's all right. But look what he does. When he dips inside, the back gets to his outside. That's Roberts. Kiki Diallo cannot make the play from there.
Ball is on the 11-yard line. Second down and 2 to go. Tearing apart the defenses of the Houston Gamblers, who are known for their offense.
The Gamblers' defense are overshifting when they see the sweep coming to the left. All Hagan did was cut back to the inside, the blocking by the center and the 2 guards, Thompson and Garza Winters. And look at this. There it is. There's the hole. We cut right back to the inside. Tommy Myers, the safety, has to make the tackle.
Well, they were asking Pardee, was he going to rest anybody once he got ahead tonight? Once he gets ahead tonight, that may take a little while. First and goal to go. Although we know how quickly the Gamblers can score. Leaping for the end zone is Hagan. This time it doesn't work. It's second down. Diallo there. Let's see who is down the bottom of that whole pile.
Ricky Young's down there. Kiki Diallo's down there. He's going to get hammered. This is just trying to go up over the top. That's Hagan. Watch this. That's Young again, and Kiki Diallo that time filling the hole. Young hit him low. Diallo on the top side.
They take out a running back, works and put in a wide receiver, Jerry Gordon. Second down. We're in the Astrodome.
I wonder if Bill Winters is going to move the ball up again and put the defense offside.
Mitchell getting up, but that man in your picture there, 58, for the 3rd time in 2 different goal line stands, has put his shoulder in and knocked a man down.
Mike Hawkins, number 57, is on the bottom, but Ricky Young is coming in. Just take a look on the left of your screen. Here comes Ricky Young meeting Hagan in midair, along with Lloyd Lewis, number 60. Excuse me, that wasn't Lloyd Lewis. Yes, it was 68, Lloyd Lewis. But, you know, when you have the timing, Jim, and you can time the same time the back goes up, now I think you're going to have to go wide.
Well, I tell you, they got a good short yardage back in there now, and George Wirtz, and Neuheisel calls timeout. 2.5 minutes to go. On 3rd down and a yard to go for the touchdown, Neuheisel calls timeout. There have been 3 touchdowns in the game, 2 of which have been set up by interceptions. An interception by Richmond of San Antonio and Myers of Houston. The other was a 70-yard drive. Gil Stanky and his crew, they're the playoff teams of what they've done. Philadelphia, Birmingham, now assured of home team advantage, and Birmingham must play Tampa Bay next Sunday. That'll be something. Houston is in, looking for the best division record or conference record in the West by winning either this Monday night or next Monday night. And there's some teams, of course, still in contention. Oklahoma, Michigan. Michigan must win to stay in contention. Denver and Oakland are about out of it. Los Angeles is in. Arizona must win against Los Angeles next Saturday night, and we will have it on ESPN for Arizona to stay in, and Michigan goes on to meet Chicago and must beat Chicago also. Here comes Neuheisel, obviously with instructions. Third down. I would say with nothing to lose, they've got a couple of downs to try to get this across. And here, Rick Johnson has hit Alfonso Williams for 10 yards, and Oklahoma and Michigan are now tied 7-all in the first quarter up at the Silverdome.
They had Marcus Bonner in the game. When they took the timeout, they put Mike Hagan back in along with George Works in the backfield.
This is Neuheisel, no place to go. Fourth down. Lloyd Lewis got up saying, I got him, I got him. Peyton was there. And it looked to me as though nothing developed. Neuheisel was going to bootleg it, I think, and there was no place to go.
Neuheisel was going to go down the line. It looked like he was going to try to get the ball to George Works on a pitch, but it was stuffed on the inside. He had nowhere to go, and he gets hammered right in the middle. All right, here's Ricky Young again. Look at Ricky going over the top, and he and Hagan, that was his job, just to hit Hagan. They met head up, and no man went any further than the contact that they made.
Well, I tell you, they're not going for broke. They're going to go for the 3. Nickemeyer in to try. A 19-yard field goal, which is good. And they remember they had first down at the 2 and settled for a 19-yard field goal. That's got to hurt a little bit in the morale when they could not take it in. Jacksonville, New Orleans has fallen on hard times over the weekend in overtime. Beat New Orleans. Arizona, a couple of games of over 40 points, and then 36 points Friday night. Los Angeles beat Oakland when Oakland was trying to win its 8th in a row, and Oakland had a Fred Vasana pass batted down in the end zone as time ran out, or that might have been different. New Jersey about eliminated Denver 27-7. Then in the game we televised before a sellout crowd at the Liberty Bowl, Birmingham 35, Memphis 20, and Tampa Bay stayed in the running with Birmingham, and of course the Bandits are in the playoffs, knocking off Pittsburgh 21-9. This is the most first quarter points by San Antonio team all year long. Verdun is the man deep, boot the ball along the ground, fumbled a little bit there, picked up by Corville. Corville had a good return last time and gets across the 20 to about the 23 this time. And it's 1st and 10 with 1:50 to go. There's Mouse Davis. We made the mistake, and there's just a term of affection of calling him Mousy. Well, everybody in his hometown, his daughter here, and Mousy himself said it's Mouse, not Mousy. So we apologize, Mouse, and everybody knows your name because you're the man who installed that run-and-shoot offense that has the whole league talking, and other leagues, too.
Surprisingly, his daughter came to the booth to remind us.
We said, your dad beat you to it by an hour and a half. Put the ball on a 23, first down. That's Johnson in motion. Fowler hasn't been called on too much time to carry. Johnson catches the ball and gets across the 25 to the 27-yard line. The tackle was made by John Bearfield, number 58. Second down, about 5.
All right, Kelly, first of all, he'll look downfield. He knows at all times he has Johnson. He looked downfield, looked at Johnson, looked downfield, and came back to Johnson. They picked up 4 yards on the play. But you see Johnson, he dips back into the backfield. Now, the defensive man, really, they cannot commit themselves right away. Bearfield was the guy that came up on him, the linebacker.
Sanders, the man in motion. Those trying to that hamstring pull. Kelly's throwing on nearly every down. And here he comes. Oh, the man was knocked down. He's looking around. It's Johnson, but I really believe he tripped over his own feet. I don't know if we have that, but it looked to me, look at Jim Kelly. See if he did or he tripped over someone else's feet.
All right, here comes Johnson, and it's that number 51, Rich D'Amico, that gets tied up with her Pacho. Or is it it's a defensive back? The defensive back, that was unintentional.
Both men playing the ball.
We also had a penalty against Houston on the play anyway.
We told you that Burl Sorgan is our referee, and he's going to sort things out. It's going to be motion charged against him, and they're going to refuse it. The rest of his crew, Bill Spencer, the umpire, head linesman Hayden Terry, Buddy Ojeski, the line judge, the back judge is Kent Henry, Grover Clemmer is the side judge, and Horton Acesta is the field judge.
You notice when Kelly threw that ball to Johnson, Jim, when Johnson fell down, Kelly is throwing to a spot where he knows his receivers are going to end up. That's why the ball was so far away from Johnson as he went down.
Third down and a long 5. Sanders the man in motion. Even Fowler comes out of the backfield this time, and Fowler flag is down, and it might be roughing the passer. And let's see who that man is walking slowly back. Is that St. Clair?
That'll be tacked on. That'll be 15 tacked onto the play.
Yeah, I think Mike St. Clair, the former Cincinnati Bengal, number 78, is the man who did it. He did it. Unfortunately, he was the only man around him.
That's right, Jim. It's throw, downfield, and then all of a sudden you go with Fowler with the screen pass. It was beautiful.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 78 defense. First down.
Yeah, Mike, no one else was anywhere near you. You just had to see it.
Watch how beautiful this screen is set up. The lineman let him go. Here's Fowler. All the linemen are out in front of him. They have 4 linemen there. It's excellent blocks downfield. Tommy Robinson got a great block, and Fowler picks up the first down and 15 more.
From the 40-yard line, and there's a flip out, and Johnson escapes one man and one's out of bounds. That was Jim Bob Morris over there. And Johnson goes out of bounds after picking up 7 down to the 33-yard line. Bill Stanky now knows what he knew it anyway, that Houston can move the ball, and unfortunately they're moving it now.
Again, a first down play, pick up 8 yards, and that's all it is. It's a simple little flip pass to the outside to Richard Johnson, who goes in motion, and they can work that play back and forth on either side of the field.
You know, I've had fourth quarters take 45 minutes or more, but this is the first quarter, and it's taken 45 minutes, and it's not over yet. Lots of throwing of the ball. Lots of scoring. There's Fowler. Fowler, I think, got the first down inside the 30-yard line. That'll be a first down.
And that will probably be the end of the quarter.
That should be the end of the first quarter, which found San Antonio leading 14-0 before the Kelly pass that Johnson, better than 40 yards, made it 14-7. Then San Antonio marched all the way down and had a first down at the 2 and settled for a 19-yard field goal. 17-7. The first quarter is over. San Antonio, and Kelly is there. And Kelly is throwing and not quite intercepted. Intended for Gerald McNeil, and Rock Richmond was there, along with Larry James, who's the man who almost intercepted the ball.
He hit Gerald McNeil right in the hands, Jim, and he dropped the football. Kelly smiled and said, all right, just be patient. I'll get it back to you.
Taking a look at the crowd here, there was a big story in the Houston paper yesterday that the gamblers are the talk of Houston, but because there are no blackouts, everybody's talking about them but staying home to watch them. But they're very proud tonight that despite the fact that it's not blacked out, they're going to have well over 30,000 here. And Houston gamblers say, that's okay. We're getting known. This is our first year. Second down. Kelly got 3 men to the left. Goes across the middle, and look at this. Johnson can't hold on to the football. And it's third down and 10. Well, Jim Kelly couldn't throw much better than those last 2.
I said before, he's not going to really throw the ball away. He's going to put it right in your hands. Here comes Johnson across the middle. He's being covered downfield, but no way are they going to stay with him. Kelly hits Johnson in the hands, and he drops the football.
Oh, it is third down and 10. 17-7, San Antonio. Houston with the ball. And just remember, on 99% of all Houston plays, there are 4 wide receivers. Many times 3 to one side. It will be 3 to the left side this time. Streaking for the end zone. There's another one bouncing off the hand of Scott McGee. Now that would have been an outstanding catch. A little high, but McGee got up and got his hands on the ball.
What they did is they put 3 people on one side, the left-hand side. They brought Sanders in motion, Ricky Sanders, number 80. And then they left McGee out there one-on-one coverage, Jim. And when you do that, You like the coverage that you want, man coverage, and Kelly went back to that one man, but he threw the ball a little bit high. It would have been a tough catch.
Tony Fritz, the oldest kicker in the league, will try one of 46 yards. From 46 yards out, he's got enough foot, but it's off to the side. It is no good. And with 14:39 to go, the Gunslingers have held on and lead by 10. Chet Simmons and ESPN jointly announced that our network, ESPN, has contracted for 3 more years of the USFL in the springtime, and you'll be seeing many more games each year than what you have been seeing. 17-7, 14 and a half minutes to go in the half. Gunslingers lead and have the football first down at their own 29. George Works is in there. The fake. Here's too high, so he can run with the football.
He was also over the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball, Jim. That's going to be a penalty and a loss of down.
Oh, yeah. That's the illegal forward pass motion right there. Then they'll give you the hands behind the head in a moment. Going to loss it down. Rick kind of panicked there. He could have run or just slid, and he would have had 4 or 5 yards. But instead, over the line of scrimmage, without doing either, he threw the ball away.
Presence of mind. You've got to know where you are in the field. And actually, you know, he'd already picked up 2 yards.
Illegal forward pass. Number 7, offense. Loss of down. Number 2.
Take a look at, there's Caton coming to the outside. Now he's being blocked. Now watch, Neuheisel he sees a man coming up in front, and that's Mike Hawkins, number 57. Try to throw it to the outside, but you're already beyond the line of scrimmage.
Second down, 15 to go. From inside the 25. Works a handoff to Bonner, who's got some speed, but he's in a little bit of trouble. And he's taken down very quickly by Diallo.
Jim Neuheisel got an excellent block in the backfield, but it looked, and he was laying on the ground, rolling around. He is the man that sprung the play.
Third down.
Watch Neuheisel now. He's the man that's going to get the block. And you'll see him in the bottom of your picture, on the top of your picture. See the block he gets on number 68, Lloyd Lewis? He's the one that gets Bonner back around the outside, but Kiki Diallo, number 31, comes over and makes a mistake, and he punishes people when he gets there.
Lewis weighs 240. Rick weighs 190. Third down, 12 to go. Shotgun. Used it quite a bit against Pittsburgh last week. Neuheisel winds up, throws, has a man over there, but Gordon can't get to the ball. It's 4th down. They'll have to kick it away. And the run and shoot offense will try to get itself in gear one more time. They're down by 10. They kick it away. In comes Hartley.
You didn't think you'd believe this, but you got to understand something. San Antonio had the ball a bit longer, 153 yards to 109, and you won't see many yards rushing for Houston. That's impressive. 113 for San Antonio.
Hartley gets off a fine kick after a low snap, and it is taken there and down very quickly goes Gerald McNeil as he gets out to about the 40-yard line. We'll tell you the leg, and we'll tell you about the contest itself in a moment. First down from the 40-yard line. Houston, very quick throw across the middle to Johnson, and Johnson's got the ball for the first down across the 50-yard line, but they say no, he did not have the ball as he hit the ground, so call it incomplete. Our watch and win sweepstakes, remember, the code word is bootleg. Bootleg. Now you've got a couple of weeks in which to enter, and you can send your applications to ESPN Sweepstakes, Post Office Box 1000, Kensington, Maryland 20895. You got to get the code word from the Monday games, this one, the Saturday game, put it on a postcard with your name and address, send it in, and maybe you'll be a winner of a brand new car, a watch, a windsurfer, or something to do. But only a couple of weeks left. Second down 10. Sanders in motion. Kelly. And there's Johnson, and Johnson's got the first down this time, no mistake about it, as he moves into San Antonio territory. And I can remember Fowler running the ball one time and catching the ball one time. But I don't remember any more than one running play.
Well, actually, he has 2. He had one for 7 yards, and then the short yardage from when they picked up the first down.
You're right.
In the first
Two
quarter.
times they have run the football. 2 times only.
Well, you don't have to.
Why battle with success?
Boy, it is so true, and it's scary. We just saw Joe Sankey going down the sideline saying, you know, they've got people all over the place.
They've had them all over the place, and defensive coordinator's been trying to figure out for 17 games now how to stop them. There's Kelly, there's Sanders, and the ball is almost picked off by Peter Rayford. Kelly almost picked off for the second time. That's one of the rare times when you can say, hey, Jim, that was your fault.
Well, Larry James was also covering down there. Peter Rayford, the first time that I've seen Kelly throw into double coverage.
Second down and 10, 13:38 to go in the first half, at 17-7.
And what Miles Davis looks at his people upstairs, and he said, all right, if they're going double coverage on that side, what are they doing over here? That means they've got to be going man, and they watch it go the other way.
Moser wide to the right, and Verdun is in and wide to the left. Johnson and Sanders remain in. No pass to Sanders. Sanders gets a couple of yards. Good play there made by Mike Omer, number 23. You see Rayford patting Sanders on the shoulder, but it was Mike Omer playing that spot over there in place of Jim Bob Morris, who made the stop.
Jim, you got to believe that they're going to, and they have not thrown to him yet. Greg Moser, number 85. What they're doing, they're trying to double up on Sanders and also, pardon me? Johnson, yeah. And what they're doing is, they got Moser and Verdun. They're trying to play one-man coverage on those two people.
Third down, 8 to go. Oh, he's not going to get the ball away. First sack of the night. Terry Monroe, who did not play last week because of a knee problem and shoulder problem, came in and gets the first sack of the night.
Terry Monroe was in on Kelly, and Kelly was going to the outside. Took to Terry Monroe. The guard did not block down. Billy Kidd, number 61, they were going to the right. I'm really not going to blame it all on Billy Kidd. It's either got to be Billy Kidd or Frank Khalil, the center, that didn't cut off.
Dale Walters to kick the ball away. Bonner's the man deep, standing on his own 10. All the gamblers have been thwarted again. Good kick. Bonner puts his hand up and hopes it goes into the end zone. And it goes into the end zone. Just did get into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20-yard line. 12:27 to go. And still...
See who ties down a win Saturday.
Going to be hot for several reasons, not only on the thermometer, but on the football field when Los Angeles and Arizona heat up Saturday night. We'll be there. First down from the 20, George works, cuts upfield, and has a difficult time and does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Yala is there. Well, a little help from the cornerback on that side.
We also got some help from number 62, Tony Fitzpatrick, who slows up, works going through, and then watch Kiki Diella. Now he's got the man to his inside and makes the play. That's the way you play. You go for, make sure that man is always behind you, so when he cuts back, you can make the tackle on him.
Second down and 11. And Glenn Starks comes out wide to the right. Gordon is wide to the left. To Don Roberts. Roberts straight up the middle. Okay, you played linebacker a lot. We've had a lot to talk about the linebackers tonight. San Antonio going wide to their left or straight up the middle with running plays have been pretty successful, except notably in that last goal line stand by the Gamblers.
All right, when the linebackers know that you're going to run, it's very difficult to run in there. We've seen Ricky Young, 58, filling very well, Kiki Diella on the goal line. Out in the middle of the field, what the inside linebackers have to do, and Kiki Diella is one of them, he has to make sure that that is a pass play before he drops out of there, and he's responsible for draw.
Third down and 2. And there's Bonner. He's got the first down across the 30-yard line. Despite the tackle by Cow and Eason, little help from Dialla, he's got the first down.
Let's look at the left side of the line. That's Garza and Spivey getting the blocks along with Bill Winters at center. And then they ripped the helmet off All right, here comes Bonner. Kiki Diallo makes the tackle, but already the first down is made. Calvin Eason at number 34 is also in on the tackle.
Back him up, please.
10.5 minutes in the first half. 17-7 the score. Promises to be a long game, and you already know it is a very entertaining game. George works, tries to get outside, and does get outside. Gets outside the linebacker, Mike Hawkins, and is close and has another first down.
Jim, I'm talking about the linebackers because it's true. Mike Hawkins that time, the play was made inside. If Hawkins stays to the outside, watch what Hawkins does. He takes on Hagan and lets Hagan turn him for that 1 second. Then Works gets to the outside. He has to stay outside, force everything back inside because he has help there. He has no help on the back on the outside.
Time is called by Burl Shorgan, our referee.
Roberts out into the flat. Caton comes in along with Hosea Taylor, number 93, comes in. But here it is. Here's Roberts picking up the first down. Number 24, Will Lewis, along with Hawkins.
Ball at the 44-yard line. San Antonio, 1 of 6 this year. And 7 of their 10 losses have been by a touchdown or less, and they are playing Houston tough tonight. Throw out here to Mike Hagan. Hagan is dragged down, and that is by number 57, Mike Hawkins.
The reason it's good extra effort, continuous effort, Jim, is because he had 2 linebackers on him, Mike Hawkins and Kiki Diallo. Those are the 2 men that really made the first stop. There's the offensive line blocking. Lewis on Williams. Williams doing a good job.
And Diallo is down. You see him here, but he is down now.
Now take a look at it. You're going to see Hawkins and Kiki Diallo. They're going to converge on the tight end. Watch this. Kiki knocks Hawkins off. And Kiki Diallo is down.
I really didn't see anything. 15th against the pass, 7th against the rush. Although the Gunslingers have been able to move the ball on the ground very well tonight. That is Works, and Tony Fitzpatrick's got it. Tony Fitzpatrick never let George Works get back to the line of scrimmage. Good play, 3rd down. And 3.
To see. Gets rushing there. Now they're going to the outside. Neuheisel. Here comes Gordon. Right there, helmet to helmet.
Gordon's out there standing in the huddle.
He's all right.
That's the first down at the 20-yard line. Jerry Gordon has put 2 crushing blocks, one on a linebacker, this time on a defensive tackle.
He likes the bigger guys. There it is, head to head. And I'll tell you one thing, when he hit Fitzpatrick, he didn't go forward, he went backward.
And Fitzpatrick is still being ministered to, so we'll take time out from the Astrodome.
I love it. Boy, that's the kind of block you love to get.
There's Bonner. Oh, has he got quickness? Has he got quickness? Down the inside the 12, it'll be 2nd down and short. For the rookie out of Southwest Texas. 2nd and very short inside the 12. And Hagan does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Hosea Taylor knocks him down. 3rd down on the yard. Really a little bit more than that. Neuheisel throws, has his man, 1st down. That is Glenn Starks, another one of the little men inside the 5-yard line. Starks is 5'10", 178. And marked the ball at the 3, 1st and goal to go. And the big thing is, if you're going to beat Houston, don't let their offense on the field, and their offense hasn't been on the field in some time.
Jim, I got to believe that this drive is close to 11 minutes.
Well, we will check officially to see how long this drive has taken.
Tony Fitzpatrick on the sidelines. He's up, he's moving around. That's a good sign.
Gunslingers looking for more. Goes nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
You know who it is? The same 2 guys have been doing it on the goal line, Ricky Young and Kiki Diallo, 58-31. Hagan said, wait a minute, if we're going to get down here, let's get me around wide a little bit, because those 2 guys are sitting in the middle waiting on me, and they're knocking my brains out. Ricky Young going off the field.
Young has done a great job inside that 5-yard line, but it is still 2nd down and a 2-minute warning coming up. And you're right, they've had the ball 10 minutes and 27 seconds down from the 3-yard line. And they lead 17-7 with 2 minutes to go in the half. Looking in trouble in the grass. Down he goes, and that is Pete Caton. With his, well, his total sacks now 15 and a half. Started out the day 14 and a half and third in the league.
Pete Caton gets in there, but he was trying to throw out to the outside to Jerry Gordon, and the man that messed up the play was Mike Hawkins. He got back. He's looking all the way for Jerry Gordon, and then Pete Caton's going to come in. He gets some help from Von Hughes there, but Pete Caton makes the tackle. But if Hawkins didn't get out in front of Jerry Gordon, it would have been a touchdown.
Neuheisel coming to the sidelines. Time called 1:53 here, or they'll have to try for yet another field goal. Third down and goal to go from the 9. Brown is on his feet. Neuheisel throws in the end zone. Robert can't get it and says, I was held, but there's no flag. And so Mickemeyer apparently will come on the field, and here he comes to try for his second field goal of the night.
Roberts is covered down there one-on-one by number 25, Hollis Hall, and they were saying that he was held. There's the left of the screen, Jim, and Neuheisel is, first of all, he was looking at Gordon, and here he comes back, and he is held. That's an illegal chuck downfield. Can't touch the receiver.
I tell you, this is the second time, for whatever reason, that San Antonio has had a first down inside the 5 and has had to settle for a field goal. This is 16 yards. 16 yards out, it is good. So the Gamblers' defense, with first and goal to go from inside the 5 on an occasion in the first quarter, and again here in the second quarter, have held each time, again, an 82 at 5,000. Kelly is the closest American to come to the 5,000 mark, and he seems almost a cinch to go over, if not tonight, and that total right there is right up to the moment, so he could even do it before this half is over. Kelly gets it out here, and that's enough for the first down. And now they say that's Johnson who got the ball. And time has been called while they move the sticks, which they do, and you know that, inside the... Kelly. Boy, is he cool. Ball was batted and almost came down in the hands of D'Amico. Kelly standing in there with good protection. And now it is second down. 1 minute and 5 seconds to go, and Jack Pardee has reason to...
Come on, let's go, let's go! Come on, go!
Well, he's voicing it for me. This man here has done so much. Just can't believe he'd be held down, but every man has that kind of day for whatever reason, and Kelly throughout 28 minutes and 55 seconds has not had a great day, even though he's thrown a touchdown pass. Not all his fault. Now he goes down the middle, and that ball is picked off. Picked off. And that is Richmond for the second time. Kelly is intercepted for the second time, both times by the same man. And do I hear boos for Jim Kelly, who has every record in the books?
Well, look at Kelly. First of all, the offensive line doing a great job. He has the time to throw the ball. He just didn't lead it out far enough. And just take a look at Richmond. Rock Richmond timed that ball perfectly. Verdan stays with it, turns into defense, makes the tackle. But Rock Richmond, what a great play.
Ball outside the 20-yard line. Richmond has doubled his total interceptions for the year with these 2 tonight. Now let us see how San Antonio plays it, whether they're just content to run it down in the last minute. We think they want no mistakes here. They give it to Hagan, and Hagan's got 6 or 7 yards out to the 29. They may mark it at the 30, and Houston is the one that's going to call a timeout, I believe, with 48 seconds to go. Well, here comes Wertz. And if there's any doubt before, George Wertz has picked up the first down there out to the 35-yard line. More than an hour and a half to play. That action filled half. There's Hagan. smothered as he gets to the 35-yard line. And that's going to be the end of the half. Surprise, surprise. The half is over, and it's not Houston. It's San Antonio that leads by the score of 20-7. Halftime with Tom Mees coming up in a moment. And once the halftime is over, Paul and I will be back for half number 2 at the Astrodome.
Giants Stadium in the Meadowlands. New Jersey Generals in the Denver Gold, and a big one for Denver looking to stay in the playoffs. But bad news for the Gold. Here goes Herschel Walker, 10 yards and a touchdown. 7-0 New Jersey. Later in the first quarter, quarterback Brian Sipe to tight end Sam Bowers. This play goes from the Jersey 22 down to the Denver Gold 19-yard line. Bowers had thoughts of a touchdown, but it wasn't quite to be. No matter, a couple of plays later, Brian Sipe picks out Clarence Collins and right into the end zone. Nice one-handed grab by Collins. 13-0 New Jersey. Late in the third quarter, Sipe back to pass. His pass is intercepted, but Sipe is hit and hit hard, suffering a pinched nerve. It looked a lot worse than it really was. He'll be okay. New Jersey wins the game 27-7. Then last Friday night, Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, the Stars against the Washington Federals. First quarter, rookie running back Brian Thomas for Philadelphia, the rookie from Pittsburgh, runs for the first touchdown on the night from 4 yards out, 7-0 Philly. Later in the quarter, watch the time the quarterback Chuck Cusina has. He looks for tight end Steve Folsom, and after a sandwich and a cup of coffee, finds him. 14-0 Philadelphia. Third quarter with a score 17-0. Cusina strikes again, 21 yards this time to Scott Fitzke. The Stars go on to an easy win over the Federals, 31-8 in Philly. Last Friday night in Chicago, it was no contest. George Allen's Arizona Wranglers running roughshod over Chicago, 36-0. Early first quarter, the Wranglers at their own 28-yard line. Veteran quarterback Greg Landry drops back to pass and finds running back Tim Spencer streaking down the middle. This pass play, 72 yards. Spencer's first touchdown as a pass receiver this year. He has 18 all told. After a blitz turnover, Wranglers drive to the 5-yard line. Kevin Long takes it in. The Wranglers make the lead 14-0. And the round is on. The Wranglers drive again late in the first half. Greg Landry looking to his right and finding tight end Paul Ricker. Touchdown. Final score. Wranglers win at 36-0, and they stay alive for a playoff spot. Position in the L.A. Coliseum. Oakland, looking for its 8th win in a row, was leading 3-0 in the second quarter until Steve Young dumps the pass off to the left flat to rookie running back Mel Gray out of Purdue. And there he goes, 76 yards, untouched to Pater. The Express take the lead at 7-3. With the score 7-6 Los Angeles, the old quarterback draw. Now, usually this works for a first down, maybe 15, 20 yards, but not 47. Well, that is unless your quarterback is Steve Young. He's off on a 47-yard jaunt, 14-6 L.A. Now, with the score 24-19 Los Angeles, the last play of the game, Oakland looking to win it. Fred Basana pump fakes. He's back to pass, looking for a receiver in the end zone, but the Express defensive backs are back there to bat the pass down. L.A. hangs on for a tight one, 24-19. The Express clinched the title in the Pacific Division. And last Friday night at the Superdome in New Orleans, an upset victory for the expansionist Jacksonville Bulls over the New Orleans Breakers, who really gave this game away. Fourth quarter, 10-3 New Orleans. Buford Jordan, who ran for 198 yards on the night, trips over his own man, so he can get up and run. He does and scores at 17-3 New Orleans. They shouldn't blow a lead like that, but it was all Jacksonville from there. Fullback Michael Whiting coming right into your living room, up the gut, touchdown, makes it 17-10. Then with a minute 17 remaining, Jacksonville has the football again. Quarterback Robbie Mahfouz throwing short to wide receiver Perry Kemp. Look at some of the moves. Number 85 puts on, then he turns on his speed. 43 yards for a touchdown. That ties the game at 17. In overtime, Jacksonville won it with a field goal, 20-17. And last Saturday night, the Birmingham Stallions playing on the road before a sellout in Memphis against the revenge-minded Showboats. Second sellout crowd in USFL history, over 50,000 people. A good first half for Birmingham, already leading 14-10. Cliff Stout to Jim Smith. The hook and liner play to Joe Cribbs. All in all, 44 yards and a 21-10 Birmingham lead at halftime. Third quarter, Showboats make it 21-17 as Mike Kelly hits Derek Crawford and a great catch. But here comes the play that breaks the Showboats' backs. Stout with a gorgeous pass to Jim Smith. The final, Birmingham winning it 35-20 in the Liberty Bowl. Also last Saturday night, Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh, the play that broke the game open for Tampa Bay. The Maulers hung tough until the fourth quarter when the Bandits salted away. Greg Boone takes it straight up the middle, and the fullback goes all the way. 81-yard touchdown run for the second-year man from Duke. 21-9, the Tampa Bay Bandits hang on and win over the Pittsburgh Maulers. 17 yards. Jim Kelly not having his best night. Also has two.
The owner of San Antonio was understandably thrilled with the turnabout in his team. 20-7 to score. Redan, the man who was deep, and Mickemeyer to kick the ball off. As we're about to start the second half, before a stunned crowd, who cheered more for the wedding than they have had a chance to cheer for anything in the first half. Mickelmeyer along the ground, and it is picked up over there by number 34, who is Calvin Eason, the strong safety, and Eason does a rather good job of getting the ball back across the 35-yard line to about the 37. So Kelly will come out, number 12, with the slot backs Johnson, 22, and Sanders, 80. His running back, Todd Fowler, who only had the ball twice for 10 yards in the first half. And his wide receivers, McNeil, 13, and Moser, 85. Never threw to him. Rogers and Robinson, the tackles, Boucher and Kidd, the guards, and Khalil at center. San Antonio, St. Clair, Hanna, Monroe, Gillen, Fairfield, D'Amico, Choate, Morris, Rayford, James, and Rock Richmond with those 2 interceptions. Sanders in motion, the ball at the 36-yard line, and Kelly doing what he's been doing throughout the first half, throwing, and he can't get the ball away. And down he goes, and very carefully with him was Paul Hanna, just putting a hand out to make sure he was down. Michigan trying to stay alive in its quest for a playoff spot. A win tonight doesn't guarantee it, but at least they're out in front of Oklahoma 21-14. And Bobby Hebert is back at quarterback. He's got arthroscopic surgery coming up on perhaps both knees once the season is over, maybe even more serious than arthroscopic surgery. And Whit Taylor had been starting, but Hebert is in there tonight. From the 35-yard line, second down, a loss on the play, 11 to go. And now we see Scott McGee is wide to the right. Kelly pumps one, puts it out here, and Sanders has it intercepted in front of him. And it's Mike Ulmer who did it, the 3rd interception of the night. And San Antonio leading 20-7, gets right back in high gear.
We talked about San Antonio's defense in the first half, and you can't play it any better than Mike Ulmer did here. Just take a look at it. Ulmer sees his man coming out Sanders. Now watch, he'll turn. See, Sanders looks at the ball. Ulmer turns to the ball. Great position. Goes up and makes the interception. That's fabulous.
And here comes that San Antonio offense. Neuheisel's the quarterback. They've used Bonner, Works, Hagan, and Roberts thus far, as well as Rush. Gordon, who's thrown a lot of blocks, hadn't caught the ball at 22, and neither Bugs or Starks 88-89, and Bugs in there now 88 as a wide receiver. And straight ahead is George Works. They think highly of George Works, who went to Northern Michigan, cut by Pittsburgh, as we said, earlier in the season. They think he's a real keeper. 5'10", 190. Second down and 8. And you know that San Antonio is not going to go to the air unless they have to. That 10-minute and 47-second drive showed them something. They can eat up a lot of time off the clock, and they lead by 13.
And I think Tom Mees hit it right on the head at halftime. It's up to the Houston defense. They have to stop San Antonio.
Here's Works again. And a flag comes flying from way downfield as Works is knocked down at the 43.
And I think we're going to get a clip on San Antonio blocking back from behind. And the block was made on Mike Hawkins. I don't know who the...
Illegal block, you're right. No, it's a legal block. You're right.
Block. And I don't know if it's on Glenn Starks or not, but Hawkins got hit right from behind.
Our referee, Earl Sorgan, pointing out things to the defensive captain, Diallo. And I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but I would assume that he would take the penalty, and he's going to take the penalty. Takes it down to the 33-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Number 89 offense. Still second down.
And that starts. Second down now.
Those wide receivers going in on those linebackers. He must have got the word from Gordon at halftime and said, look, it's easy. Just go down and nail him.
Gordon is out here. Will Lewis playing him one-on-one. Starks on the other side is being played one-on-one by Mitchell. So Neuheisel's going to look to throw. And does throw, and it's beyond the entire receiver. And that is Tony Arm.
And one of the is a tight end on a shotgun.
Well, he plays slot back, running back, tight end. Low pass. Neuheisel out of the shotgun. Puts it up, and to nobody. Nobody was between the two defensive men that he threw between. And it's fourth down. And so Ken Hartley will come on and must kick the ball back to Houston.
Well, he was trying to get the ball out to Marcus Bonner, who was covered by Kiki Diallo, but Pete Caton, number 77, is coming. Right there, he has time to throw the ball. When you have that much time, remember, this is all shown to you in slow motion, but he could see out of the corner of his eye Pete Caton coming at you.
That's Gerald McNeil standing at his own 20. Hartley, good snap from center. Block, caught. And no ball on the ball right there. Verdun has the ball. Did the job.
Not only did he block it, but just scrambling after the ball. You talk about hustle. This can fire up a football team. That's what San Antonio didn't want to do. Watch this here. Verdun is the man that's going to make the block, and it's a clean block. Look at it. Beautiful. Got his hands out in front of the kicker. I want to see it one more time to point out something where you must go to block a punt. And then you see Verdun go and get the ball. But Verdun, you go out. When a kicker is back, you go out 4 yards in front of him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch 4 yards, and he's right there to make the block. You don't go at the punter. You go to where his leg is going to be.
Ball is on the 26. First down. Kelly, and he's going to look deep. And there in the end zone for the touchdown is number 88, Scott McGee. His 4th touchdown. They love to go after a big turnover like that deep. 26-yard touchdown. It's 20-13. And that's touchdown pass number 42 for Jim Kelly.
Jim, that's what scares you, and it has to scare Gil Sankey and the San Antonio Gunslingers, because one play, one mistake, the block punt, and again, one play, score.
Can hardly take an extra step because he got a great snap from center.
He did. He skipped one time and took an extra step, and that probably did cause the block.
He got a great snap from center. There's no reason for that. We see Frisch come in. But in any event, it was blocked by Verdun, recovered by Verdun before Kelly went to work.
Kelly sees Scott McGee right down the middle. They're doubling on the outside. Scott McGee is there. Peter Rayford, number 20, trying to get to it. Just couldn't get there in time.
12-11 to go, but it's tightened up.
Has to go to the end zone just to get out. Pete Caton is being held at the line of scrimmage. The punter has to go almost 4 yards into the end zone. Hollis Hall, number 25, comes up and makes the play. I don't like the tackling either, because he's trying to hit with his shoulder instead of wrapping her arms around the running back.
It is second down and 25 to go. To Hagan, and Hagan gets out across the 10-yard line to about the 13. Tommy Myers came up. Hagan says something to one of the officials.
Calvin Easton makes a great tackle, 34 on 34.
What do you think, Ken? You were a punter as well as a linebacker. Ken Hartley took that extra step, in my opinion, and apparently in yours also. Got the ball blocked, led to the quick touchdown. He's liable to have to come in and try to punt this thing away again from deep in his own territory if they don't make this big first down play.
He knows that was his mistake. He won't make that mistake again. What I think he might have tried, maybe, I don't know, but just to hold up to give his people time to get down there, maybe he took that extra step because they were not rushing. Didn't believe Verdun would make it there.
3rd and 17, and there are no flags on the play. Getting up his hacket. Easton was with him. So Hartley must come on and kick the ball away. Houston down by 6 will get the football back. A little bit less than 10 minutes, third quarter.
If you take a look at this one from the end zone, what you're going to see now is you're going to see the whole offensive line tighten up. They had one block. They're going to tighten up the offense and force the defense, Houston, if you're going to rush, you're going to have to get it from the outside, and that's almost impossible.
Remember, Hartley got an outstanding snap from center last time. He just took that extra little skip. McNeil standing his own 41-yard line.
Even the up-back punt show, number 55, is even closer. He's not as close to the punter as before. They force everything outside.
Another good snap and a great kick. McNeil inside his 45. Oh, look at this. The flag is down as McNeil gets down inside the 20, the 15. He is going to score, but the flag is down back at the 41.
Just coming back.
of the penalty. San Antonio still alive.
You know, the sad part about this penalty that's going to be in the middle of the field, Jim, it wasn't even near where McNeil was.
I'm sure he is upset, and why not? And instead of crossing the goal line to tie the score with the extra point to put them ahead, they're going to mark off from the 41-yard line, a big penalty, and stick Houston back in its own territory. At the 48, who did it, Earl Sorgan?
On the return, illegal block in the back. Against the return team.
Oh, he didn't come.
First down.
Just against the return team. 9:40 to go, third quarter. Call back the touchdown. San Antonio still on penalty. That's what it is against Houston. Is going to take it back inside the 35.
First down at 25.
So they missed the touchdown. They were penalized back to the 48-yard line, and then a big 15 yards for unsportsmanlike conduct. And it's first and 25.
Jim, and it was against the bench, so it had to be probably the special teams coach, which may be John Jenkins.
That's our guess. Sanders in motion. Kelly puts it across the way. And Sanders gets a few of those yards back, and the flag goes down. Sperry. And on touch choke for Sperry. That'll get him back. Now it's Kelly's turn to clap his hands.
This to me is totally a senseless thing to do, because you can truly hurt someone spearing a player on the ground.
Sanders is not a big man, 172 pounds, and Hutchot just went on him. I'm sure the adrenaline was flying, but still he knows better than to put your helmet in there.
Especially, you know, the man is down.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 55 defense.
Now, see, you had him in a
First
hole,
down.
and you let him right back out with that kind of play.
Exactly. And now take a look at Sanders here. Now, you know he's on the ground. He dips back. Kelly hits him with the ball, makes a quick move, and comes back to the inside. Now, he's tackled there. He's down, and Hutchot just puts his helmet into his helmet.
First down. Well, Fowler's going to carry the ball for the third time tonight. That is the third running play, with the exception of those times when Kelly's been scrambling. And he has not scrambled yet tonight for yardage. He's always wound up throwing the ball. Every play, Sanders again, down to the 6-yard line. Game fakes the stop. It's first down and goal to go.
Kelly Rett, both linebackers, Schultz and D'Amico are way off the line of scrimmage. Now watch, as soon as Sanders makes the turn, there are the linebackers way over. That's D'Amico trying to get to it. No way he can. They're standing way off and way to the inside. As soon as he sees it, he hits that quick pop pass. It's almost like the slant pattern when they hit start before San Antonio. They got the ball down to the 2-yard line.
Houston was down 14-0, has never led. If they score here, they can go ahead. With the conversion, Fowler up the middle down to about the 2. And it's second down. All Hannah tripped him up as he went by. And with 6.5 minutes to go, third quarter, the Gamblers are beginning to look like the Gamblers of most of their games this season.
Todd Fowler, you know, in a game like this when they're behind, here's a man that needed 84 yards in this game to go over the 1,000 yards. I think he may have about 16 yards with 4 carries, 16 or 17.
Dan is wide to the left. And I don't think he got it. They have not signaled that Fowler got it.
No, that Kelly took it on a quarterback sneak.
Excuse me.
Just hit the center and went. The only two people that really have to know. On a quick count, first sound, whatever, even if he touches the center.
You can see the hand come out of there. Third down. Well, that's the only man aside from Fowler who's run the ball tonight, technically.
As big as Kelly is, Jim, why not run the same play again?
Remember, Houston held San Antonio twice with first downs inside the 5. They had to settle for field goals. San Antonio would love to return the favor. But that's the only, he's only got, what, 6 inches? Now it's Fowler, and now it's a touchdown. Todd Fowler, his 9th touchdown rushing of the year, his 11th overall.
a straight handoff, straight up the middle, and power. The offensive line getting off at the mark, and watch Fowler. He's hit at the goal line, and he is across. They push him back now, but the ball is across.
Remember, this drive started at the 32, Paul, with a first down and 25 to go. After the unsportsmanlike call, and they moved it from a 32, 68 yards. Fowler taking it in, and now Mickemeyer is in to try to put Houston ahead for the first time tonight. Houston wants to become the Western Conference's winningest team. That's Tony Fritz. I said Mickemeyer. Tony Fritz is in, and there it is, 5:44 to go, third quarter, and the Gamblers playing at home with Fowler on the touchdown run and moved ahead 21-20. And now the Gamblers have done their job. And the kick now taken across the way by Bonner, and he is run out of bounds. Verdun is the man who ran him out of bounds, and now there's a flag, and they're going to call the flag here, I believe, against Ron Rutherford, number 53. For a hit out of bounds after Verdun ran Bonner out of bounds.
All right, let's just take a look at the touchdown. This is Todd Fowler right in the line of scrimmage. Now remember, the ball just has to cross the plane, which that did. Driving back doesn't make any difference after that. Just the power of Fowler. I'll tell you, the blocking was not that great in the line. Mike Sinclair, number 78, closed it down pretty well.
From the 41-yard line after the penalty, say, do you think that Pepper Rogers and crew are watching back in Memphis, Tennessee? They've seen Houston go ahead with this drive of 67 yards. They got to play them down here 1 week from tonight. And we will be here with the crew that put up such a good battle with Birmingham in the Revenge Bowl. And congratulations to the folks at Memphis for selling out the Liberty Bowls on Monday night, or Saturday night. First down from 41. This is Roberts, left-handed thrower, has his man out there and not able to get to it is Starks, and there's a flag down.
You're going to have an illegal chuck downfield, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And I think it was on Will Lewis, number 24.
There have been a lot of flags in the last 5 minutes of play.
Or is it holding?
Holding is going to be charged against them downfield, and that's the automatic first down. 21-20, 5.5 minutes to go, third quarter. This has been a dandy ball game. We've seen some great hits by little wide receivers, some great passing by Kelly. There's the automatic first down.
All right, let's look at Caton now. Could he be called here for holding? Number 61, Rich Garza? I guess. Nice. I'll tell you some good news, though. Tony Fitzpatrick is back in the game.
It's that hit from Jerry Gordon. It cut his lips, or the inner part of his mouth. Knocked him silly.
Knocked him into Thursday.
Oh, my. Talk about being knocked into Thursday. Now, there's Bonner. He's going to try right-handed pass deep. And there's double coverage back there. And again, it's intended for Starks. And you can see Myers back there, and you can see Mitchell back with him. So that's good. Works comes to the left side with a left-handed halfback pass. And then they send Roberts to the right side with a right-handed.
Yeah, but not 2 plays later. I mean, you got to know they're waiting on it.
It's third down and 13.
You tell the defensive backs, look it. Until you see run action.
Out of the shotgun, new high zone. Flag is down. That could be holding as the man Gordon makes the catch for a first down. But remember, a flag is down at the 40. And San Antonio is throwing up his hands in disbelief and disgust, and so bring it back.
Well, I said they haven't been throwing to Jerry Gordon that much. He went across the middle. Will Lewis was trying to cover him one-on-one. But there is a holding penalty. That would have been a first down.
We have seen, I'll repeat myself, a ton of penalties in the last 5 or 6 minutes of playing time. 21-20. Houston leads. The ball is taken back to the 33.
Holding. Number 63. Offense.
That's Arlen
Still
Thompson.
third down.
Arlen Thompson. Take a look at it. Right to the left of your screen. And that's Fitzpatrick. Tony Fitzpatrick, he is on. And there is the holding. Right in front of the official.
Look at the officials have right.
I guess that's holding.
Third and 20 scrimmage now. He didn't slide down. He didn't get out of bounds. He just stood up and allowed the hit to get him. To him. Tommy Myers. He just stood up and took the hit.
Well, he did stand up and take the hit. I'm just thinking from what I'm looking at it. The Neuheisel's thinking, am I beyond the line of scrimmage or not? Should I stop and throw the ball? At that point, it wouldn't make any difference. It would have been a loss of down anyway.
McNeil had a punt return of about 60 yards called back. Hartley will kick to him again. Hartley has had a punt blocked that set up a score. Low pass this time, but the rush is not on.
Good high kicks.
McNeil, no fair catcher right there.
Wait a minute.
They've got to give him room to catch the ball. You've got to give him room to catch the ball.
You want to talk about getting your socks knocked off? I'll tell you right now. I love McNeil's courage, but somebody's got to get back there and tell him he got hammered before the ball got there.
Another big penalty coming up. Earl Sorgan straighten it out.
Oh, watch this. Now, watch the timing on this. It's almost perfect timing, but there's the hit. Number 20, and that's Peter Rayford.
Tell you what, the way San Antonio is going on, they may get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. They better slow down.
Oh, my.
You don't think this isn't a battle in Texas?
Interference with the opportunity to catch the kick. First down.
21-20, 4:02 to go. For the third quarter, Houston leads. They've got a first down at their own 42-yard line. I think, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen the beginning of a rivalry. This is a rivalry tonight.
McNeil is tough, but you're not that tough. He got hit just before the ball got there. It was almost perfect timing by Rayford. Almost perfect timing.
Sanders in motion. He's had a couple of big catches tonight. From the 42-yard line, Kelly back to throw. Look at the time he's got. Now running out, and now he's going to run, and Kelly's going to pick up some yardage, 9 yards out to the 49-yard line.
Oh, Kelly may be hurt. His own man hit him in the back of the head. Khalil, number 67. So Kelly's up.
Able to pop him up there for a lot of yards, but enough yardage. Fowler gets it down to the 45-yard line. And D'Amico is still talking, and it's pushing. Rich is really fired up.
Rich D'Amico just wants to let everybody know that he's around.
Look at this. Well, Woody Woodenhofer is not going to... I've counted at least 3 A-Bear touchdown passes tonight. They said his knees are bad. And, of course, Doug Williams of Oklahoma has had his knees operated on and is out for the season.
Well, A-Bear has some things to prove also.
From the 45-yard line, Richard Johnson in motion. It's a 1-point ball game. Houston's up front. Kelly, just off the hands of Fowler. 2nd and 10. And the blitz is on, and Kelly's pass is incomplete. Homer was blitzing. Number 23. And it is 3rd down and 10.
They had a blitz coming from both sides, but Kelly doesn't see Omer. He's looking downfield to his left, and watch the right-hand side of your screen. You're going to see Omer. Kelly is in motion with the ball. Omer hits his arm, and that's dangerous.
2:39 left in this third quarter. 21-20 Houston. One time trailing 14-0. San Antonio has to come up with a big defense. And this is a big play. 3rd down and 10 to make Houston punt the ball back to them. 3 wide receivers to the left, and Sanders coming back now to the right, so it's 2 and 2. Here's Kelly under pressure, puts it up, and that's going to be picked off for the 4th time, and that is Maurice Tyler. Kelly just put that up for grabs, just absolutely floated it down the middle, and for the 4th time he's intercepted. 21-20, Houston. He has been intercepted.
Former Buffalo Bill, Maurice Tyler. All right, Kelly, and you're right. He's going to just put this thing up for grabs. He's got a lot of pressure on him. And take a look at it. Maurice Tyler playing center field. I really don't know who that ball was going to. It looked like McGee 88 was in the area, but that didn't help. Billy Kidd pulls down Maurice Tyler.
On the 39-yard line, 1st down. San Antonio trailing by a point. there's Bonner, and Bonner is put down. And look at the man getting up. Caton is the man who really did it. You can see other people there, Eason there, Diallo there, but Pete Caton, that right defensive end, is the guy that got Bonner as he came through the line of scrimmage. That picked up about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 from a 43. Less than 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd quarter. There's a new team record. And Kelly has gone from 42 touchdowns, including those tonight, to 25 interceptions. He started tonight with 40 touchdowns and 21 interceptions. Neuheisel across the middle, and Hackett just cannot hold on to it.
Hosea Taylor got his hands up, and I think he's the man that may have hit the ball, Jim, right at the line of scrimmage, number 90.
Neuheisel out of the shotgun. Boy, the players were there before the ball was there. Look, all by himself is Roberts, and Roberts has the 1st down. Down to the 41-yard line. Big play there for San Antonio.
They went for the shotgun. Roberts is to the right of Neuheisel, but the left of the screen. And just take a look at everybody. Wait a minute. There's something wrong here.
I told you, everybody was in the backfield before the ball was snapped. They had the ball. You could see everybody moving, and the snap had not even begun. Unless Wooders had simply pulled the ball off the ground, but then you would have tackled him.
The hand is quicker than the eye.
I tell you, they were almost to Neuheisel before the ball was. 1st down. And Bonner's got no place to go. Hosea Taylor there. Listen to this crowd. Across the middle, it is broken up on a fine play by Mitchell. Intended for Gordon. Neuheisel has room to run. And he's going to get the 1st down. And he better go down. He does inside the 25 with Myers holding on. And it's 1st down. That's the biggest running play of the night. And Neuheisel picked it off, quickly recognizing he could go upfield.
Jim, the defense just opened up the middle. Hosea Taylor, number 93, almost got to Neuheisel. Party's not too happy. Here comes Caton right on by. Almost gets to Neuheisel now. Here's Hosea Taylor. Just gets his fingers on it, and Tommy Myers finally makes a tackle. And you're right. Get down, young man.
And the 3rd quarter has ended. And it ends with San Antonio trailing by a point with the 1st down of the 20. Quicker play. Neuheisel puts it up and has his man. And they say he was out of bounds. That's Tony Armstrong. The tight end did not get the ball. Still catching it all the way out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 from the 22. And what an appropriate time, Paul McGuire, to say as we begin the final quarter here with the score 21-20. We are so thrilled as you look at a man down in the backs of USFL television here on ESPN with many more games than we've had in each of the first 2 seasons. Timeout. Man injured on. He is okay. That has gone out. And Don Roberts has replaced him in the backfield with Marcus Bonner. 2nd down and 10 from the 22. It's 3rd down. At about 11.
Neuheisel was looking downfield. All the receivers.
Still 14 minutes difference favoring San Antonio. 3rd and 11.
Tight end.
He'll go and do him a lot of good in the end zone and out of bounds is Buzz. 2nd pass on this series that had been caught out of bounds.
The 1st throw this evening to Danny Buggs.
And that'll bring in Nick Mickemeyer.
All right, there's Fitzpatrick putting the pressure, and he really labels Neuheisel. Take a look at this. Behind everyone, one way out. Official right on target.
Now Mickemeyer from better than 40 yards out is 4 for 7 before tonight. He has kicked field goals tonight. VP as of this moment. Be difficult with it. 23-21 San Antonio at the moment with 14 minutes, 11 seconds to go. And Jim Kelly with 2 touchdown passes and 4 interceptions will have the ball back in a moment. Mickemeyer drives it along the sideline and is picked up on the sideline by Calvin Eason. And Eason gets back out. Whoops. It's a good thing that linebacker just missed him, or a flag would have gone down there. Spot the ball at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Scoring drive, 38 yards. Although it's a 40-yard field goal, took 3 minutes off the clock, took 8 plays. And here comes Jim Kelly. Lots of time left. Kelly can run for it again. Chokes after this time and gets a tremendous block, and Kelly doesn't make it. Put down by James. Choke was going on a dead run for him, and was he cut down.
You listen to the fans. They got Kelly out on the field. Are they going to go for it? They've got a full yard to go.
And 12 and a half minutes on the clock.
They're going to kick it away.
Oh, they should. I mean, they can strike anywhere, anytime, and with 12 and a half minutes of playing time to go, and only down by just 2 points, why take that kind of a chance? Here's Dale Walters. And there's Marcus Watt standing inside his own 10. Walters is going to throw, and the man fell down. Orville fell down, nobody near him, and now the fans, if they went for it, but is there a flag down? They're talking.
Dale Walters, that ball.
I think they're trying to ineligible man downfield. So they'll refuse that. Lost it down anyway. They don't make any difference. They were close, weren't they? 30,184. And of course, we're being televised in Houston live, which is a big ESPN center. Oh, a good crowd. We got one more chance to come out and see this run and shoot offense next Monday night. That is within the regular season when they play Memphis. We will be here for that also. Second down 9. This is Bonner. And down to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3. He is put down by Mike Hawkins.
You know, you say you've got one more time to see the run and shoot offense, and I know they can see it on ESPN here in Houston. You know, I've had coaches talk to me about it, and you really can't appreciate the Houston offense until you see it inside the stadium. Television shows you some of it, and segments of it, but to see the whole thing, it's incredible.
As good as we do with our camera work, you can't see the fright in the eyes of the defensive backs when they see all those boats coming out there. 3rd down and 3 to go. Russian works in the backfield. That's George Works. And he'll be caught from behind. Caught from behind by the other Hawkins. Mike Hawkins made the last tackle. Andy Hawkins makes this tackle. It's 4th down.
Well, George Works hesitated. When he hesitated, that gave Andy Hawkins a chance to get there. Now watch. You're going to see here the blocking up front. He's waiting on his guard to get out in front of him, Rich Garza. And when he did that, that hesitation gave Andy Hawkins enough time to get there. They're going to go with Mickemeyer.
Mickemeyer will have to try one of nearly 50 yards. And it would put them up, if he makes it, by 5 points only. It'll be 49 yards. He's over one over the 50-yard mark, and this is almost 50. 3 for 3 tonight. From 49 yards out, that is good enough. Mickemeyer kicked his second within minutes. This one from 49 yards out, and it's 26-21. And now a field goal can't win it. Houston's got to go back to what they do naturally. And if this holds up, that might be somebody you might consider for your men in MVP. Mickemeyer has been outstanding tonight. 4 field goals. 9:42 left in this ball game. And San Antonio to kick off for the Houston Gamblers, who are trying to win tonight. Their 12th ball game of the year against just 5 losses. Speaking as we were about San Antonio losing close ones, of the 5 losses by Houston, 3 of those games have been in overtime, and 4 of the 5 have been by 3 points or less. Their biggest loss was the Michigan thumped them 52-34.
Jim, you have got to give the San Antonio defense. There's the drive. 3 plays, 6 yards. 49-yard field goal by McNamara. But let me just tell you something here. The Houston Gamblers have been averaging 433 yards a game, almost 434. And they took away, if you add the 28 in losses, it'll be 467 per game, okay? I averaged that thing out. San Antonio, they've held them to 242 yards, almost 200 yards, but they're still playing 9 minutes and 42 seconds, but almost 200 yards to this point.
Gunslingers at this moment have outgained them by just about 50 yards, 49 to be exact. McNamara to kick it off along the ground, swift kick. That is still in bounds. That is picked up over there by Corville. Corville still trying to get out, then gets across the 30-yard line. And will be down at about the 37-yard line. And now, here comes Jim Kelly again with 9.5 minutes left on the clock. Kelly intercepted 4 times, and there's a stat that we showed you a little bit earlier, but it's worth seeing again. When they get less than 30 points, they have lost in all 4 occasions, and right now they're 9 points under that mark.
Coach you talked to is just about right. Beat him, you got to outscore him.
Moser wide to the right and McNeil wide to the left. And Johnson in motion. And Fowler with the football. And Fowler, gee, he is tough. Gets across the 40. Great strike. And Kelly is still looking to the side. Now he's got his play. Long time went off that clock. Kelly, look out! And the ball is taken away, but I think he was down. Omer comes up with it. Gillen says he's got it, but I think Kelly was on the ground. Jim Bob Morris, who had 3 sacks last week against Pittsburgh, came flying in there, number 28.
They had everybody coming, and look to your right of your screen. You're going to see on the backside of Kelly. Never sees Jim Bob Morris coming down the backside. Wham!
Oh, he did fumble the ball.
It looked like a fumble.
He did fumble the ball. He dropped that ball while still in the air. That wasn't in the grasp. He was being hit, and the ball just popped out. You can see what Michigan's doing to Oklahoma. Oklahoma scored on a pass caught by Al Williams with less than 2 minutes to go in that game. Michigan stays alive, apparently, in its hopes for a playoff game. Second down, 17. Kelly steps out, and now he's close to the first down, but does not have it at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a couple. Kelly's run out of bounds. Mickenmeyer, 4 field goals tonight. They had 2 quick touchdowns, took a 14-0 lead, and since then, Mickenmeyer's added all the points for San Antonio. Big break there because Kelly actually fumbled that football.
That's true. That time, Rich D'Amico, number 51, just chased Kelly all the way to the sideline and never really quit, Jimmy. Dove at his feet. Kelly's going to take a timeout. They still will have 2 left.
3rd down and 3 to go. Jim Kelly takes timeout. 7 minutes and 3 seconds left in the ball game. At the Astrodome in Houston, and the Gunslingers of San Antonio have surprised everybody. They lead 26-21, and Houston down by 5.
Kelly, they don't want to get into a decision maker here because it is 3rd and 5.
Going to give it to Fowler, and Fowler's not going to get anything. Your decision time has arrived.
I just think they'll kick the ball away because they've got almost 7 minutes.
And remember, they tried on 4th and 1 and it didn't work a little while.
All right, here come with the rollout draw. There's Hanna's in there. There's Fields, number 99's there. Hanna, number 65, is the man that makes a solid hit. Watch it. It's a rollout draw.
Well, they're going to go for it. While you watch this, they are going to go for it. On 4th down, and 2 last time, remember, they brought in a punter who passed to the receiver and fell down. Now they got the regular offense in, and it's 4th down, and everybody's getting up at the Astrodome. And they may have gotten it. A quick count, And it all depends on where that man steps in and marks the ball.
Jim, this is what I was talking about on a quarterback sneak. The only two people who are involved in this quarterback sneak, Frank Khalil, the center, and the quarterback. As soon as Kelly gets to Khalil, they go. If you look at it, none of the linemen move except Kelly and Khalil.
They're going to measure, and I have a hunch that he got it.
Watch, Jim. Watch the two guards on either side.
They stay there.
See, they're not even moving. It's only the center and the quarterback.
I got a hunch he made it, but I don't have the sticks in my hand. He made it by plenty. But they still have 6.5 minutes.
Catch the ball in the open field. We see him catch the ball and make that move upfield. But this catch, he plants himself right at the sideline with both feet in bounds. Just watch the coordination, the eye contact, and the great hands. Look at this. He's planted right there. Now he's got to lean out, keep his feet in bounds. That's just outstanding.
His 9th catch for 116 yards, 2 more, and he'll be the all-time professional pass catcher.
He's got a whole game to go.
Oh, yeah. If not tonight, next Monday night. The crowd's up again. Fowler lost the football, and I believe it belongs to San Antonio. Fowler dropped the football at the 25. And it is picked up by Greg Fields. So you can count 4 interceptions and that fumbled, and that's 5 times they've turned the ball over tonight. 5:57 to go. Houston trails 26-21, and what is worse for them, San Antonio's got the foot-consuming drives. Their best of the game was 10 minutes and 46 seconds. There's 5 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. First down at the 25. Using a lot of that clock. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Hands the ball off to Bonner. And Bonner gets across the 30-yard line to the 32-yard line. And Taylor peeled back to make the stop.
All right, let's look at it. The rollout draw again, and Fowler never got the football. You've got to make sure you've got your hands on the ball. Greg Fields, number 99, comes up. Look at Fields. He goes and puts it in Kelly's face.
They love each other, don't they? These two teams from the state of Texas.
Fields got to hope that Kelly doesn't just drop back and waste it down and just fire it at him. One shot at him. Save.
Less than 5 minutes now. There's Fields who recovered the fumble. And some of his teammates trying to get in on his glory. Second down and a couple of yards to go.
Amazing how you become a hero in one play, isn't it?
Rush trying to get the first down, and I think he's got it across the 35-yard line. Mark Rush. Well, now they're marking the ball right at the 35-yard line, and we may need another measurement.
Well, I think the problem is, Jim, that you and I are looking at the marker across the field, and that's the one that's the right one this time, on the other side of the field, the second half. And I can't see where they put the ball.
Everybody's standing around it. Here they're going to bring, there's the ball.
Make it by the nose of the ball. Got great eyes, I'm telling you. Nose of the ball.
Okay.
Just the nose. Ta-da!
26-21. San Antonio less than 4.5 minutes to go, and they've got the big first down. They can run another couple of minutes off that clock. Dak Party's got to be concerned. This was a ball game that was supposed to be in the bag, and San Antonio, remember, is 35-0 late in the ball game before San Antonio ever scratched. That was the night the lights went out.
The key thing to it is if this game here, they'd like to take this game because it gives them home field advantage all the way through the playoffs. So that means they have to come in next Monday night to beat Memphis. And that's not going to be an easy chore because they look good against Birmingham.
They sure did. Weisel again using all the time off the clock. Maybe the ball works, and Works has got no place to go. And down he goes. That's a loss on the play. And it is second down and 13 to go.
Jim, the man that really made the play is Calvin Eason, number 34. He's a strong safety. Calvin Eason never gave up his position on that last play. He stayed to the outside, waited for help to the inside, and he got it.
Tell you what, Paul, another thing, San Antonio is doing an outstanding job of using all of that clock. They got to get back in Each team on the right, their own sides of the line of scrimmage before the referee will wind that clock, and then they use it all the way down to 2 or 1 second on the clock. So now we're down to the 3:13 mark.
Watch that tight end over the middle.
Again, down to the 1 second mark. There's Works with the football, and Works gets some yardage back, still battling, and he's going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down. But again, the clock continues to roll. And we're down to the 2:55 mark now. Good job done by Works. Congratulated by Garza.
All right, here's Pete Caton, and he's going to get blocked on the outside. But you take a look at Caton. Blocked at Zog with Caton. There goes Works. And Works, watch Works is late. They never stop. It's the key for you young running backs. You want to know how to run with a football. Don't let your legs stop. He breaks the tackle of Kiki Ayala, number 31, and keeps right on moving and picks up about 8 or 9 yards.
And Houston has done a smart thing. They've called timeout. They, too, realize how much time has been going off the clock. It'll leave them at the moment with only 1 left in the half. 2:50 to go on the scoreboard clock. 26-21 the score in this ball game that had 2 quick touchdowns and then 4 field goals by Nick Mickemeyer.
Nobody has done it.
Oh, no.
No, sir. No one's going home. George Works with 80 yards on the night. And that includes getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage when he waited for a blocker to get out in front of him.
Come on, that man.
It's nice when you win, but who is the Menin MVP? They're still hanging in there with 2:50 to go. Well, I know that what a way to close out our season. Paul and I together on the Monday night games. Next Monday night when we watch this Houston offense again against Memphis. Now they'll wind that clock again.
And one other
Earl
thing.
Sorgan does it, and so does the ball is snapped. They'll start that clock.
Jack Pardee would have loved to have rested Kelly a little bit in this game.
All they were talking about, not Pardee, but members of his staff were talking about, we get ahead, we'll take him out. Take him out, they need him. They're down by 5. 3rd down. Neuheisel throws it out into Bonner. Bonner's got the first down. And stops the clock as he goes out at the 49-yard line of Houston. And that gives them 2 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock. But a first down in Houston territory, leading by 5. And a 5th field goal by Mickemeyer, not beyond the realm of possibility.
Now, if I were Houston in this situation, they have 1 timeout left. If they hold San Antonio, they don't gain any yardage. They'll put it 2nd down. I'd call the timeout. Force them into 3rd down. They run the ball. They'll take it to the 2 minutes. And then you got a chance at him. You could probably get the ball back. If you hold him, you get the ball back with about 1 minute and 40 to go.
That's a good prepositional phrase. If you hold him. There's Worthy. He is held. Boy, that was a good play there by Calvin Easton, the strong safety, blitzing on the play to slow him up before Diallo and the rest of them. And now Pardee's thinking the way McGuire's thinking and calls for timeout. This has been a wild and woolly ball game, and it is not over yet. First quarter, Hagan scored on a 2-yard run. San Antonio, with a 70-yard drive, went out in front. Then after an interception by Rock Richmond, Roberts caught a 15-yard pass and quickly is 14-0. That's all the touchdowns, folks, for San Antonio in the entire game. Then Johnson caught the 41st touchdown pass of the year from Jim Kelly in the first quarter to make it 14-7. And then Mickemeyer kicked his first of 4 field goals to make it 17-7. And then Kelly, still on the sidelines, as Mickemeyer added a 26-yard field goal to make it 20-7. Kelly and company finally got going. McGee caught a 26-yard pass from Kelly to make it 20-14. And then Fowler went over to make it 21-20 in the 3rd quarter, about halfway through. And then Mickemeyer went to work again. A 40-yarder made it 23-21. And then more recently, a 49-yarder made it 26-21. And that's right where we are right now. And you can say, yes, McNeil did have a touchdown called back, but in about 4 plays after it was called back, Houston went under the score anyway as they quickly moved down the field.
The big deal was the 2 touchdown passes, 2 plays in a row where Kelly hit men in the end zone with the ball and they dropped it. Hey, I was right. I might go into coaching.
Stay where you are.
Yeah.
You're stealing as it is.
That's right.
From the 48-yard line, make it the 47. Second down and 12. And Mark Rush may have gotten a yard. That's all. It's third down and 11 yards to go.
And we go to 2 minutes.
They'll let this wind all the way down because Houston can't stop the clock. And certainly San Antonio has the clock all in its favor, so we'll just let that clock wind down to 2 minutes. But then, as Paul said, if they don't pick up about 12 yards here for the first down, they'll have to kick it away, and Houston will have time in the arm of Kelly and all those good receivers. So we've got 2 minutes to go in a ball game. An upset in the making, 26-21, San Antonio. Well, if Houston should lose this, and it's a big third down play coming up from San Antonio, a lot of the Houston faithful will remember the fumble of Todd Fowler at the 25 when Houston was driving for a go-ahead touchdown.
Okay, more coaching. Ready?
Okay.
You run a play here. You run a play here. If you don't get the first down, you let the clock run down and run out. Take the 5-yard penalty. It's not going to put
Then
you in any problem. Then punt the ball away. They'll probably throw. They're going to shotgun.
They're going to shotgun. They're listening to you.
Well, they may run off of this.
Just run with the ball. Nope, he's going to throw the ball.
Green.
Green, it doesn't work, but see what happened? 4 seconds went off the clock. Just 4, and now the clock is not running. The clock is not running, and they got to kick the ball away.
I said they get it back with 1:40, and it looks like it'll be around 1:40, depend on where unless McNeil runs it all the way back again.
But now let's, we're not in the business of second guessing, but we are giving the alternative that Paul said before the play. Had they run, and it took, say, 5 or 10 seconds to run it, the man's caught at the line of scrimmage. Still, they had 30 more seconds to get it in play, and you'd be down to near the 1 minute mark instead of nearly 2 minutes.
And then when you punt, the clock starts again when they punt the ball away, Jim. So they would have given Houston with about 1:10 probably.
Harvey to kick the ball away, and McNeil over there doesn't want to make any mistakes there, and the ball is for grabs out there. Looked like it touched somebody, but it does belong to Houston. And the ball is inside the 25-yard line, and 1:48 to go on the clock. 1:48 to go.
That's giving Houston the ball with too much time, even though they have no timeouts, because if you realize and take a look at their offense, Jim, most of their passes are geared to the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
So all they do is to pop the 6-7-yard pass. It takes 4 or 5 seconds. They just move down the field.
We could be another 15 or 20 minutes of our time for them to play their 1 minute and 48 seconds the way Kelly maneuvers his team. And he knows 75 yards away with 1:48 on the clock, he's got plenty of time with that offense. Plenty of time. McNeil comes to the left.
All he has to do now is not get greedy.
McGee to the right. He's getting greedy. And McNeil is there. Touchdown inside the 35. They'll mark it at the 31. They need a touchdown. 1:39 left. No timeouts on the clock. But they stop the clock while they move a stick.
I was coaching so well until I got to that point. And don't get greedy, but look where he puts this ball. Here comes McNeil. Right there. McNeil is there. Number 29, Rock Richmond. And the guy that's already had 2 interceptions. McNeil's already down. The man that's already has 2 interceptions. He tests them one more time. Almost had a 3rd interception.
49-yard pass play. 49 yards. Mosier wide to the right. Burdan comes to the left. Johnson in motion. Kelly pumps one. Goes to the end zone. Touchdown, Sanders! 27-26 Houston.
This is incredible.
75 yards in 2 plays.
I don't want anybody on an airplane or anywhere else to tell me that the USFL, they do not play exciting football. If you didn't enjoy this football game, there is something totally wrong with you. He just waited. Sanders plays in. The pump fake. Sanders gets beyond the defensive secondary, and look where Kelly puts the ball. Goodbye. And that's Rock Richmond, 29, trying to come over. Actually, Sanders was not his man. I didn't catch the number of the other defensive back that was back there, but that was not Rock Richmond's man.
Sanders and McGee with clutch catches. Sanders now with 6 catches. 8 catches make it for 74 yards. They're going to go for the 2.
No, he's got it.
He's got it just by running in. And there he is. There he is. 29-26, 1:15 to go. You never know how they kick it off. This is Bonner. Across the 20. Throws it out here to Roberts. Roberts got out of bounds too soon. I don't know if he got the first down.
He got out of bounds too soon because Mike Mitchell knocked him out of bounds.
So I thought he might have turned it up to the Heisel, and Roberts makes a diving catch, and a flag is down.
They had the left tackle.
Heisel has his man, and that's the first time. Puts it on the sidelines, and it's no good. And time is off the clock. Time is off the clock. Mitchell made a saving play. And we'll tell you right now that the Menon MVP will give you that information. And this 29-26 ball game was Ricky Sanders with 8 catches for 84 yards, including the winning touchdown.
I love that. Did you see Gil Sankey go out and just put his arm around his quarterback, shake his head? He said, son, there'll be better days.
And there were great days tonight. I'm Jim Simpson with Paul McGuire. What a ball game we've seen at the Astrodome. Houston.